Hey guys, welcome back to Real Talk with Dane. Thank you guys so much for coming back and listening to another podcast of mine. In this episode, this one was very short notice, but we managed to pull the time up to do this one. I got a dear friend of mine here, Anuchka Andrews. Thank you so much for doing this with me.
You are welcome,
Yeah.
and thank you for putting me under pressure. It's much appreciated.
Yeah, look, with this one, so basically we did plan it. I told you about it a week ago. And today it was like we just had time today, I suppose. And then we just said, look, let's do it. And yeah, I put you a bit under pressure. I'm sorry about that, but I mean, let's just
It's
do it,
fine, yeah,
Let's just do it.
out of the
Let's
way.
just get it out of the way, yeah. So, yeah, I know sometimes I become very forceful. I don't know if it's a good thing or if it's a,
It depends on the situation.
I suppose, it
Depends
can
on the
be a good thing at times, and other times it can just be a bit rude.
But too
Ma-
much.
Yeah,
Let's
but
just-
too
let's
much.
just leave it at
Yeah,
too
let's
much.
leave it at that. Okay. So we've spoke about this offline, and we said I specifically want a look at your relationship that you were in for 7 years, right? And there were so many things that you learned, and there were so many lessons in that relationship that I just want to discuss it and speak about it as a whole. So I just want to find out, let's just get the backstory of where you guys met, how you met, and yeah, just talk about that for a bit.
So there isn't much to say about the how we met because I was on my way home from school
Mm-hmm.
and he was too. So we met basically in the middle.
Okay. Did you attend the same school as you?
No, we didn't.
Oh,
We weren't
okay.
in the same school. But we met in the middle because I was done with hockey practice and I think he was done with rugby practice or something.
Okay.
like
Okay. Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while.
So yeah, we met in the middle, and then his friend that he was with didn't even know my name either. We knew each other because we were on the same school, so he left the
Okay.
year before the time.
Okay.
And then he asked for my number, and that is basically
Yeah,
what we
how you
started.
met? You did hockey. That's interesting. I don't know. Was it
I was a whole hockey girl.
Oh, really?
First team and everything. I stopped playing, say, in my matric year, the beginning of the first term.
Okay,
Because I had to
interesting.
focus on matric and whatever. So
Interesting. Field hockey?
yes, and we played Astrofield as well.
Okay, interesting. That's something I never knew about you.
You learn,
Okay.
you live and you learn.
We love when you learn, yeah. Okay, I hear you. And getting back to the relationship, um, I understand that. Okay, we all understand now that it was long, and I understand that things ended, not too long ago. How long has it been?
A year.
A year. So it ended about a year ago, and I believe he cheated.
He did.
He cheated, right? I want to talk about like you stayed with him for so long, right? And I just want to know because I hear these stories a lot on a daily basis that especially guys that cheat, but the females keep on giving them chances and they're in denial. And I just want to talk about that and find out like where does that come from? Like if it was for me, I would have left. That's me. But I mean, for a lot of females, that's not the case. They always give the guy another chance, and they like, why is that?
Let's just say, in my situation, I created a version of him for me.
Okay.
So with that being said, with everybody that came to me and told me certain things, I didn't believe them because that was not the version that I created.
In your mind.
That's not the person that I know. Because the version of him I had in my mind is somebody that loved me, that cared for me, that would have done everything for me, wouldn't cheat on me, nothing. So with everybody coming to me with the stories that they were telling me, who do you think I'm going to believe? So even if I'm going to go confront him about it, he's going to tell me a completely different story. He's going to tell me it was the girl that did this and this and this and this.
Of course.
So obviously I'm not going to believe everybody around me because he told me a different story and I'm going to believe what he said.
Of course, yeah.
So,
of course.
I was very in denial being with him because everything was there. All the signs and the red flags and everything, it was there.
Wow.
I just didn't see it.
Was there, besides signs, was there evidence?
A lot.
Oh.
My phone was full of evidence.
Oh, wow.
It was full. This is why I say I was in denial.
Yeah.
To the point of being in denial.
Yeah. Yo, that's I don't know. I don't even know how to. But you really strongly believed, or you really trusted that version of him.
That I created, yes.
Yeah. Is it what you created, or was he actually like that, like maybe in the beginning and then he just changed afterwards?
No, it was the version I created. Because look, we dated probably about 3 times.
Okay.
The last time that we dated was when we stayed together for 7 years. So
would you know him for even longer? It's been
altogether it's 7.
Altogether it's 7 years.
7.
Okay.
But we dated 3 times before. So this was the last time that we were dated. That altogether counts to 7 years.
Oh, to 7 years.
Does
I
that make
see.
sense?
Yeah.
So, in the beginning, it was all lovey-dovey and it was the honeymoon phase.
Of course, yeah, of course.
The second time, still the honeymoon phase because we don't really know each other that well. We're not feeling it yet. The third time when we started dating, it was the honeymoon phase, but then it started becoming serious because that is when I started saying, okay, this is the guy that I see myself with. This is somebody that I feel I can marry. Because I mean, by that time I was already introduced to my parents and everything.
Yeah, so you knew the family and everything, yeah.
Yes, even knew my grandparents. And I normally don't do that.
Okay.
So I mean, baby-wise, I wanted to have kids with him, like literally the whole future shabam, all of it. That is what I saw with him.
Of course.
So the version that I had in my mind was the marriage material guy. Like I didn't see who and what he actually was. I only started seeing that afterwards.
Yeah, it's like when they say when you're in love, you do crazy things or whatever. It comes down to like that.
Basically.
You know what I'm saying? And it was a hard lesson.
It definitely was. It was heartbreaking, to be honest.
I think the biggest lessons come from like the hardest times, you know, like this. I mean, you put so much time, so much effort. You met your family, your whole family, friends. You knew each other's friends. I'm assuming you did most things together, and just to break loose from that, it's a huge thing. I had this conversation with Michaela also last week, talking about like being in a relationship for so long, and for both you and her, both guys cheated, and it's a bit different with you because you knew about it and you had this image of him in your mind, but it wasn't necessarily like that. And like, what was family saying? Like, did you tell them when you first found out, or?
I've never been a family person. I'm not a family girl.
Okay, to yourself, very to yourself.
Hey?
Very to yourself.
Basically, you can put it like that. So me and my sister, eventually when me and this guy started like drifting apart, me and my sister became very, very close.
I see.
So with the whole cheating thing, she was basically the only one that kind of knew about it.
Okay.
Because there was a few of her friends also that's included in this whole cheating scandal.
Yeah.
So I didn't tell my mom and my dad about it.
Okay.
Because I felt ashamed, obviously.
Of course, yeah. I was gonna ask about that.
So I only told my mom and my dad after we broke up. That's the reason why we broke up. But my sister knew about it all along. So I told her, and when she found out that he was doing like talking like that with her friends, that's when she started finding a dislike in him.
I see.
And I think it hit her the hardest with the breakup
Yeah.
than what it did. Than what it was supposed to hit me, because it didn't hit me that hard. Because mentally I was already left.
I see. So you left mentally, but you were just like physically
Just
there.
physically I was there because he was part of my routine.
Yes.
He was
Part of your
every weekend that I would see him was a routine, because every weekend I would go to him. I go to him on the Friday, and the Monday I go home.
Yeah, I think that is the part where we find it so hard, because like how you say, like, it was part of your routine, and every weekend you would do this and that.
Breaking up, I would have to change my whole routine.
Yes.
That is also probably the reason why I never left.
Yes.
Because then I have to change everything I do every single day.
Yeah.
Because talking to him every day was a routine.
Yes.
And from a certain time in the morning until a certain time of the evening.
Yes.
Going to him weekends was part of my routine.
Yeah.
Because if I didn't go to him, what
else you gonna do? Yeah.
I didn't have anything
I
else
think
to
that
do.
change is very uncomfortable, because change in general, whether it's to do with relationships or changing jobs or whatever it is, it's very, very uncomfortable, and sometimes what you need to do.
It's scary.
It's very scary.
It's scary. Change is scary.
Yeah. What made you decide? What was the, like, when you decided, I'm done with this now? What made you decide that you officially done with this?
Okay, so I would need to explain the story.
Okay,
so
explain.
This is how it came. We went to I don't know if you heard of this place called Mexico.
Okay, Mexico.
In Atlantis, where they do the drag racing.
Okay.
Right, okay. So we went there with a few of his friends.
Mm-hmm.
And then we were drinking and whatever. And then we came home, and then we just started a random argument.
Okay. Just between the two of you now?
Between us two, yeah.
Okay.
Just randomly out of the blue. So I asked him, but now why must you have an argument with me every time in front of people and want to put me in the eyes? I'm tired. I want to go home. Just go get my shit. I'm done.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
when I
You just made up your mind just there and then?
Just there and then in that car.
Wow.
That evening I told him I'm done. Just go get my shit at your house and take me home. So, and okay, keep in mind I'm not a beer drinker.
Okay.
So we got home. Or we got to his house. He went inside. All of his friends went with.
Okay.
They went to go get my stuff, and there was 3 or 4 beers laying by my feet. I drank 2 of them by myself, like
while
Josie
driving,
style.
Okay.
Josie style. And then I got his phone. I went through his phone. By the way, don't do that, guys. Don't put yourself through that. Don't go through your partner's phone, because you're gonna probably find stuff that you're not supposed to find. So don't put yourself through that. Just leave that.
I think it's better to know the truth, though. It might hurt sometimes, but it's better to know the truth at the end of the day.
Literally, it knocked me out.
Yeah.
Like, I probably couldn't breathe for like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
So one of the messages I found was he had a conversation with a girl that was actually in the car that evening.
Yeah.
Is one of the messages that I found. And then anyway, he brought me my stuff, and then we threw it in the car, and whatever, and we were fighting and we were arguing on our way while he was taking me home. And then when we got to my house, I just took my stuff out of the car. He got out. My mommy came out, and then he gave my mom a hug, and he told her he's sorry, and then he left.
And from then, it's just been...
I have not seen him once. Oh, I saw him once after that, on the day that his mom passed away. That was her year anniversary of her death.
Oh.
That was the last time that I saw him.
Yeah. So, I never saw it this way, right? But telling by the story, that heated argument was actually a good thing.
It was.
Because sometimes we might say things when we're in a heated argument that we might regret at the later stage. But in your case, it's something that you needed to do.
I had to. That was a decision that I had to make.
You had to make, yeah. And you were just waiting for that right time.
I had to drink that beers also that evening.
Just to give you that courage.
That extra. I had to do it. And also what I think was we had a trauma bond. Because... While we were together, he lost his grandfather, which was one of his role models.
Oh.
So that also hit him very hard. So I wouldn't say my mentality of leaving was as strong as it was afterwards,
I
but
see.
we were still just together because of the routine that we had. I love the guy, but I wasn't in love with him anymore.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
I mean, all the cheating that came along with it, it's been building up and building up. And every time I try to talk about it, it gets swept under the rug.
Yeah.
By me and by him. I would leave it. Here is side of the story, and that's where it ends.
Yeah.
Sometimes there wasn't even a side of the story. He would
Yeah.
just like tell me I'm insane.
Or something.
Yeah. So then his mom passed away.
Okay.
So that also, I felt obligated to stay. It's almost like I felt obligated that I have to fill the void
Yes.
that his mom left
Yeah,
behind, basically.
Of course.
So for me, it was an obligation to stay. So
Sure.
it made it even harder
Sure.
for me to leave.
Yeah, I hear you with that. That is important because obviously you want to support your boyfriend and so forth in a rough time like that. And it's like you can't do it on those times. Like it just makes everything worse for that person, and you don't want to be that person to cause that extra. You want to be there to support him in that time and so forth.
Exactly. That's why
It's-
with a lot of the issues that there was after his mom passed, there was no need to talk about anything. There was no need because it was gonna go in the one, not the other.
And out the other.
Because
Yeah.
his mom was his last straw. That's basically that the day his mom closed her eyes, that is when we lost each other.
Yeah.
That was the end.
Is it?
Basically.
Yeah, sure. That's tough. It's a tough thing to go through, but I mean, I know it taught you so much. How do you feel like I just want to move a bit away from the relationship you had with him, right? And like you say, it's been a year now, since you left him. How has it been? Like, has it shifted your mentality?
A lot.
Is it like in terms of guys being?
I
They
still
say they
don't
are.
trust guys.
Okay.
So not guys specifically. But mentally for me it helped I grew let's say liking myself. Like
Okay.
being okay with me. Being
Yes.
okay with what I know I can offer the next person.
Yes, yes,
The
yes.
trust in guys is still very, very
Of
minimal.
course.
It's still a little.
Of
That's why I'm
course.
still single.
Mm.
And I'm okay with that. I know I don't need to be in a relationship.
Yes, yes, yes,
For
yes.
however time. And before I can go into a relationship, I need to heal the trauma that I have
Yes.
before going into a
To a
relationship,
relationship,
because
yes.
I'm going to bring my problems
Yes.
to the guy.
Yes,
and I
I
mean,
see.
everybody has their own kinds of things that they need to deal with.
Yes, of course.
So I just feel like, in my opinion, I have to heal first. And yeah, my mentality, it's not the same.
It's not, of course.
Like the biggest problem I had is actually something that one of my friends mentioned. She told me that ever since breaking up with him, I don't shiver as much.
Okay.
Like I struggled a lot with anxiety, right?
Okay.
So my anxiety is not as bad. Like I would randomly I would sit and then I would sit like this. My hands would literally shiver.
Shake, yeah, like that.
Like it's uncontrollable.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of hold he had on me.
Yeah.
If I think about it now. So with her saying that, it opened up a lot of doors. Like my mind just it exploded.
Yes.
Because it made absolute sense.
Yes.
It's the little things that those people around me noticed
Yes.
that I didn't take
That
note
you didn't
of.
even take note. You were blinded, basically.
Yes, I was.
Yeah.
So-
And that is a good release for you coming out of the relationship, because now you're so aware of yourself, your own well-being, your own self-love and so forth. And you could now say, you know what? Wow, I feel more free now.
I do.
Wow,
I
more
do.
released.
My
and-
energy goes where my energy is received.
Yeah,
If I feel like the next person is taking more of my energy than what I would like, then I'm gonna remove myself from the equation. This is where ghosting comes in. This is the biggest problem I have now currently.
Okay, what is that? Talk to us about that.
Ghosting, what I use, like I would start talking to a guy, and then as soon as I start feeling like these feelings involved, then I ghost.
Okay.
Like you can message me whole day, I will not reply.
Okay.
No explanation, I will just ghost. I will literally be like Casper the Friendly Ghost. Like dead ass. I will be gone. The moment you mention something about you feeling some type of way.
Yeah, and you're gone.
No, I leave.
Is that a good thing or is that a bad thing?
I don't know. I use it to my advantage.
Because you don't
But
want to
it's
get.
a bad thing because I'm stopping myself from something that could happen.
Yes.
Something good that could happen.
Yes.
But because of the trauma that I went through,
It's hard.
It's difficult.
Yeah, of course. Look, I think with regards, I don't know. Maybe it's a good thing in a sense of you chasing the right people away, but it could possibly be bad as well because you might chase the right person away as well. You know. So, like you mentioned earlier on, also. You've got these trust issues and so forth now, obviously because of what he did and what you went through. But as long as you are aware that I have this issue and it's something that I need to work on, and I'm constantly working on it.
Definitely.
So-
It's something. Trust issues isn't something that you can just work on overnight. It's
Yeah.
not something that you can be like, oh wow, hey, I'm awake today. Okay, I'm trusting you now.
Yes. It's something that takes time.
It takes time. It's a
Yes.
healing process.
It's a healing process,
You
yeah.
don't know when it's the right time.
Yeah. But I mean, as long as you're aware of it and you are constantly working on it, I think that is moving in the right direction. Obviously, yeah, it's moving in the right direction. You're growing, you're healing as time goes along, and also you've got that awareness, that self-awareness, and that where I'm making myself right for Mr. Right.
I wouldn't say Mr. Right because I don't believe in Mr. Right.
You don't believe in Mr. Right?
No.
Oh, that's very interesting.
believe in Mr. Right.
I'll tell you why this is very interesting. So, in my previous interview, I with Michaela, she mentioned something of Prince Charming, right? And I said that I'm glad she brought it up, and I said a lot of women, in my experience at least, a lot of women growing up, we like as kids we watch these princess things and whatever.
That's
yeah,
where it comes in.
yeah, and we develop that Prince Charming and Mr. Right and whatever, and when we get into relationships, it's not the case. That's not the case. So it's interesting that you say you don't believe in it, because I know a lot of women that do.
I don't believe in Mr. Right. At
Is-
the end of the day, you will never get Mr. Right.
Mm.
You will meet somebody that has your vibe, that has your kind of energy, that is basically almost like you, or that is different towards how you are. It's not gonna be Mr. Right.
It's not gonna be
because
like that.
Mr. Right would be somebody that is completely perfect.
Yeah,
It would be a literal robot.
yes. And look, if we were all perfect, I don't think life would have been that interesting.
No, it wouldn't.
You know, so it's okay. I'm glad did you realize this while dating this guy, or was it before?
After.
One of the lessons, eh?
All of my lessons came after.
Yes, one of the
It just all
lessons.
started
But I mean,
firing.
that's a good lesson, because now when you go into the next relationship, you have that mentality, or you have that mature mentality of saying, you know what, I understand that you're not perfect and I am not perfect either, but I mean, we can make this work based on this and that and whatever, you know. So it's a good thing. I'm glad to hear a female say she
Don't
doesn't believe
believe.
in
And
that
Mr.
perfect
Charming,
Prince Charming.
No, that doesn't
Yeah.
exist. It's
Look,
only
look.
movies.
Maybe there will be a guy that's gonna sweep you off your feet and whatever. Because I believe that a guy should do that for a female, and he's gonna be a gentleman. He's gonna be romantic and whatever. But he's still not perfect, and there might be a mistake, even though he's so
Exactly. It's
romantic and whatever. But
Let's say the guy that you meet is not gonna. You don't say Mr. Right or Mr. Perfect. You say he's my perfection. He's my Mr. Right.
Yes.
Not the Mr. Right.
Yeah.
Because you don't get that.
you don't get that.
don't get
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, that's a very mature thing to say, and it's very important to say, because like I said, in my experience, it was just about, you need to be perfect and you need to be right.
What is the point of being perfect
Yeah.
in a relationship?
Yeah. And
Specifically.
I can't even answer that question, to be honest with you, because we all got things to work on. We all got things to learn. I listened to this guy, something I heard a while back, but it said, oh, I can't remember the exact words, but what he meant was the more we learn, the less we actually know. So I'll tell you, I'll explain it. So it struck me hard because growing up, I thought at a certain age I'm gonna know everything, or I'm gonna know this, and it's gonna yeah. And then as the more you learn, you realize it's actually a journey, and I'm actually taking on lessons all the time. And I'm not gonna know everything in the next 5 years, but I'm gonna be. I at least wanna move from here to there. From here in the next 5 years, I wanna grow. But I mean, I'm not gonna know everything. I'm still gonna continue to grow. I'm gonna learn. It's gonna be lessons.
You never stop learning.
Yeah, you never stop learning.
It's a continuous cycle.
It's just continuous, and I think we so, or like in society, we so fixated on the end result instead of like the process, because the process is way longer than like the end result, and there might not even be an end result. After that, there's gonna be another thing. There's gonna be another thing that you want to work on, that you want to deal with, or whatever, you know. So it's really a continuous thing. With whatever category in your life, you know, it's a continuous growing thing, and we shouldn't have the mentality of I'm gonna know everything at the age of 30 or whatever.
In my opinion, I feel like society plays a very big role.
Massive.
Because if I use relationships as an example, it's all about the likes and the clicks.
Yeah.
If I use my relationship as an example, I would say in the beginning when we started dating, I would upload every day.
Okay.
Like me and this guy would be all over my social media.
Okay.
And if you go look on his, you will probably find like 2 or 3 photos. From his Facebook specifically. WhatsApp I was hardly posted. WhatsApp was like maybe a birthday and maybe Valentine's Day. So it was never that.
Yeah.
So the reason why I'm saying society plays a big role is because it's all about the likes.
I think
we had it's not a private relationship, it's a social media relationship.
Yes, I see.
You're trying to imprint this perfect picture for everybody else, but meantime behind closed doors it's the complete opposite.
Yes, and that is why also I was never really a social media fan. So I always thought that I think I was mostly scared. I've wanted to like be on the social media, but I was scared I couldn't keep up with what people are doing.
Very difficult.
Yeah, because everyone is having a good weekend every weekend, or that's how it seems.
It seems
that way, you know.
Obviously
we hear that it can be fake, but I mean, it seemed that way, and it's so hard for me to keep up, and I wasn't that open about it. So when I did go on to social media, it was more of a promotion tool for me, you know.
That makes sense.
And yeah, I still don't post about myself, but it was a matter of just, you know, getting my things out there, and my poetry, spoken word. Oh, you're not following me on Instagram, eh?
No, I don't.
Yeah, so I got this page. It's a spoken word poetry page, where I just post my writing. So
Now, why didn't you tell me that now the other day?
When?
Now the other day when you asked me about this.
I don't know. I don't know why it never came up. I'm lacking because I'm putting a lot of time.
I like poetry.
Oh, really?
I do.
Okay.
I'm especially with something that I can relate to.
Yes.
I think that is also what carried me through my relation. My
yeah.
not breakup phase, but like the phase where it was leading to the breakup.
Okay.
I was reading a lot of self-worth poems and poetry. Then what is that the live where they stand on the stage and then they do their...
Oh yes, like the spoken words and stuff like that.
I was looking at a lot of that as well.
Okay.
So that also kind of
carried you through. And yeah, that was the point of me doing it. So it was just to, like, even the point of me doing this podcast is just to get the stories out there to encourage the next person. So when someone listens to this one specifically with you in, and they say, you know what, I've actually been going through the same thing, and maybe I should be brave and take that step like Anushka took.
Look, you don't
And
have to drink in order for you to take this.
yeah,
There's
you
no
don't
need
you
for
don't need to drink the
alcohol to
beer.
do that. No, you don't.
But I
You
mean,
don't.
you
But
get
you
what
want
I'm
the
saying.
push. What do you
It
mean?
helps.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that was the point of doing it, just to encourage the next person who's going through the same thing, and that's what I wanted to do with the poetry as well. I just think the poetry had more pressure because it needs to look the poetic way and the rhyming and whatever. With this, it's just open. We can speak,
Yeah.
and I'm getting
It's a
other people's opinions
conversation.
also. It's not just my own, or my own life lessons, because I've never went through something like that. So I don't know. That's why I need to talk to you about it. But I can talk for my own experience, and I'm obviously gonna get, more people on with their own personal experiences. So that is where it comes from. And
Well,
so,
this is definitely not going to be my last breakup. My last heartbreak.
you think so?
I know so.
Okay.
Because every relationship you go through is a lesson at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So if I'm going to go into another relationship, that guy is going to have his own downfalls. Well, not downfalls, but his own, how do you say it? His own imperfectness.
Yeah,
Just say
imperfection
that,
also.
his
Yeah.
own imperfection.
Yeah.
So then we're gonna date, and then we might not last, but then there will be something that I learned out of that.
Yeah. Out of everything, there will be a lesson. We live and we
So
learn.
I know for the fact this is not gonna be my last heartbreak.
Mm.
I'm not preparing myself for future heartbreaks, but
Yeah.
I'm just saying I know it's going to happen because it's bound to happen. That is the cycle of life. That is how it goes. Once again, you live and you learn.
When you say heartbreak, do you mean you guys are gonna end things, or do you mean you're just gonna go through some tough times?
Tough times.
Okay.
Let's say tough times.
Yes. I was gonna say that's a much healthier approach than saying, look, I'm gonna date you now, but I know we're gonna break
But I know
up.
we're gonna break up, so
Yeah.
I mean, you might as well just stop it now, and then you don't have to go through it.
Yeah. That's a much healthier approach, saying that you're gonna have hard times instead of like end things and so forth. Because at the end of the day, you wanna be with someone and you wanna build a life with someone and start that family
You do.
and so forth.
I'm not looking forward to doing that now, though.
Yes. No,
Specifically
obviously when you're
now.
ready.
Yeah.
When you're ready. I don't think there should be a time period with things like that. Again, when society comes into play, they say, oh, you need to have this at that age, or you need to have this at that age, or whatever. And I think that is, a lot of us is rushing into
We
certain
are.
things,
We are.
because that's the right way of doing
'Cause
a
society
certain,
said
because
so.
society, yeah. But I think it's important just to know yourself and to feel yourself. Look, this is right for me now, whether I'm older or whether I'm younger than supposed to be doing this at this age or whatever. So yeah, that's thank you so much for sharing that. I wanna like, before we end off this episode, I wanna ask you. I want to do this on every podcast.
Are you gonna put me on the spot?
No. I mentioned it to you before about just like your most recent lesson.
Oh, my most recent lesson.
Yeah,
It's a very difficult question.
you think so?
Because I can't think of the top of my head.
Is it anything that stuck with you through like life, with whatever lesson? Like maybe one lesson that really stuck with you through this relationship.
Well, with the relationship, I would say, as a female, always trust your gut.
Always trust
Your
your
gut is never wrong.
Mm,
Your intuition is there for a reason.
okay.
You need to listen.
You need to listen.
You
Yeah,
need to listen.
that's a nice way of putting it. My mother would always say, I need to feel it first. I would say,
That's also
that's
same.
basically the same
Same
thing. Yeah,
thing.
that's why I'm mentioning it. So I would ask, did you make your decision yet? No, wait, I need to feel it first within my spirit, and I just need to
Yeah,
feel it.
it makes sense.
Yeah.
See, I'm a what do you call those people? The horoscope people.
Yeah, I don't know what you call them, but
But I'm that person.
okay.
So I read my star sign almost every day. And
Okay.
then that would basically tell me like, this is how I'm gonna feel, and this is what's gonna happen,
Okay.
and this is what I can expect, and whatever.
Okay.
So I do that a lot, and I go on what my star signs basically tell
Says.
me, and so far it hasn't been far off.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Interesting.
It hasn't
What
been
what's your sign?
Capricorn.
Oh, you're a Capricorn.
I'm a whole Capricorn. A
Hectic.
whole Capricorn.
Nikita's a Capricorn and my mother's a Capricorn.
We the Cap babies.
Yeah, Capricorn. Okay, interesting.
We're hardcore people.
Yeah, no, it is. I think that those things do have a certain say or play. I don't fully like believe, or I don't trust. I don't put my trust that much into it. But I mean, I read it now and again and whatever. If I'm looking for encouragement or whatever it is, you know. But yeah, thank you so much, Anushka,
You're welcome.
for.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, you were very excited when I told you about it at first.
I was.
You were like, me as a host, yay!
Well, the
You know?
closer it got to the time, I was like, shit, okay. You might need to take that.
No, it's fine.
I'm
it's fine.
sorry.
It's fine.
I'm sorry for
It's,
swearing now.
it's we real, yeah, so it's okay. Yeah.
I was as closer when it gets to the time when it actually needs to happen. It's like, okay.
And the nerves come.
Okay, so what if I'm gonna say this and then I'm gonna say this, but don't say this because then you're gonna go off topic.
Yeah.
So I was literally rehearsing in my
Thinking it
head,
all the
and
time, yeah.
half of the stuff that I rehearsed is not even
You in there, yeah. No, that's true. That's the same thing that
Yeah.
I picked up because I just want to have that flow conversation, man. I don't want it to be scripted. I will say, okay, we're gonna talk about like the specific relationship now, but at the end of the day, I want to go a bit off topic, and someone can take something there, and I want it to be flow. I want just to have a real conversation. You need to put the mic aside and say, look, we're having actually a real conversation from friend to friend. So yeah, thank you so much for opening up to us about the relationship. I know it's not easy and so forth, and I'm glad you're aware and you're out of that and you're learning and we're growing and so forth.
Self-growth.
So yeah, self-growth, yeah. So thank you guys so much for listening to this one. I'll see you guys in the next one, and don't forget to love life and be happy.